Hello, everyone, and welcome to another session on your favorite agriculture destination, Engrossing Agriculture. So, in this session, we will talk about, as you can see, the topic farm power and its sources. This is the part of this subject farm power and machinery. And broadly, if we classify this topic, it will be come under agriculture engineering. So in agriculture engineering, we will study about the farm, machinery, power, and tractor, its various components, and other machineries such as threshers and all. So let's start with our topic farm power and resources. So let's start by understanding what exactly is farm power. We must come across daily questioning like people asking कि farm में power कहाँ से आ रही है, आप कौन सी power use कर रहे हो. So power is power. Power is nothing but the force or the energy which you use to drive a machine. That is can be electricity, human power, animal power. ठीक है, मतलब जो भी चीज़ हम यूज कर रहे हैं किसी मशीन या इक्विपमेंट को ऑपरेट करने के लिए, दैट इज नोन एज power, and if it is in the field, then known as farm power. If we go by definition, farm power is an essential input in agriculture for timely field operations. That means, if we have farm power, we can operate on a daily basis, and we can do our sowing or threshing on optimum times, which will not have affect our yield of the crop. Farm power used for operating different types of machineries like tillage, as I told you, tillage, plant protection, harvesting, threshing, and other types of activities which are related to farm. Next, we have sources of farm power. See, I didn't quote a big definition of farm power because no one asked you about the definition of a farm power, because everyone knows what is farm power, or as the word suggests. Now we need to focus on various sources of farm, which are as listed here: human power, animal power, mechanical power. What is mechanical power? Mechanical power include all the machineries which we use, the tractors, or small tractors, big tractors, the pump which we use, and the motors which are using, such as 4-stroke engines or 2-stroke engines in our farm. So all those machinery which are using is the mechanical power. Next, we have electrical power. Electrical power contains the motors which are using in the pumps, in the electricity pumps, the motors which you are using, or any grading machinery which you are using, they all are electrical power. And the last but not the least is the renewable power or the renewable energy. That is biogas, solar energy, tidal energy, water energy, which is known as hydro energy, and wind energy. So all these energies which you are using, which are long lasting, are come under renewable energy. Moving down, the most, you can say, ancient or widely used power, which is human power. So the main source of operating smaller implements and tools in the farm. We can never, always remember, we can never ignore human power in agriculture. There will be anything, there will be small amount, but human power will always be included in use of agriculture. So main source for operating small implements, such as if you do earthing up, so, and if it's a really, you can say, high density cropping is done. So earthing up or intercultivation practices, intercultural practices are to be done by human power only. Even in some of the cases where harvesting is done, only humans can do the harvesting, because the computerized system is not that efficient that it can undergo the quality check of the harvest on itself on the plant. So harvesting and all these small implements are done by human only. So we have stationary work like cleft cutting, lifting, watering, threshing, willowing are also done by manual labor. If you take example of North India, due to coronavirus, the labor ran back to their home, so there was labor shortage, and because of this labor shortage, heavy losses were you can say experienced by farmers. Even some farmers from Karnataka and from Maharashtra, they committed suicide. Why? because they lack human power to do the you can say harvesting of their crops, do the picking of their fruits. That's why the human power is always essential in agriculture. Now we must know an average man can develop maximum power of zero point 0.5 zero point 0.1 horsepower for doing farm work. That means if I am a human, if I am a mature person with high efficiency, I can generate power up to 0.1 horsepower energy. Now we must know what are advantages and disadvantages of human power. Advantages: easily available unless and until there's labor shortage in your area or due to some epidemic, the labor is less. Used for all types of work. There's no work that humans cannot do. Maybe the efficiency will be less, but the humans can carry out majority of the works, such as if you do seedling preparation, seedbed preparation, and from sowing to intercultural operations, from grading to quality checks, everything can be done by human. Now, what are disadvantages? Costliest power compared to other form of power, because if we have electricity or machinery, we have one-time investment. But in human power, it has to be labor wages are to be given continuously. So it's the most costly, you can say, power compared to all other forms. Very low efficiency, because the machinery cannot get any disease, or they can go out of order, but they have the if they're working properly, they will have a optimum range of the efficiency. But the farmers, the human labor, it has a low efficiency of working. Requires full maintenance when not in use. Fine, as machines we say it requires full maintenance. That means it has to be given food every day. It has to get its a health checkup and everything. That's why even if the labor is not using, you can't say the machine is not working. You may not provide electricity to it, but if the labor is not working on the field, you need to supply them with food every day. Affected by labor weather conditions and seasons. Weather conditions means if it is damn rainy or something is super hot, then the labor efficiency of labor decreases. And seasons, if it is winters, the labor will be more, you can say, active during the daytime, whereas summers it will be hot and the efficiency of labor will decrease. This was all about human power. Next is animal power. From ancient times, from the nomadic life, humans are using the animal power for their purposes in agriculture, such as bullocks or camels, buffaloes, horses, donkeys, elephants, and even mules are used in agriculture practices. Always remember a pair of bullocks. Always, okay? This is always asked in the competitive exams, that a pair of bullocks can produce up to 1 horsepower of farm work. In MCQs in competitive exams, what trick the questionnaire is done, that it will ask you one bullock. Okay, one bullock of you can say one bullock produces how many power, how much power? That will be 0.5 horsepower. 1 horsepower is for a pair. So that's the tricky, you can say a little bit of tricky questions which arise in a competition. Bullocks are employed for all types of feed in all seasons. Obviously, unless and until the breeding season, the bullocks or the oxes and the bulls are used in the farm. The average force a draft animal can exert is nearly 1/10 of its body. Now, this line is really important, because in a competition they can even ask you numerical on this. For example, if they say that we have a bullock whose body weight is around 100 kgs. If it is a 100 kg heavy bullock, then how much average force can it draft? That will be 100 into 1 by 10, that will be 10. So 10 Newton of force can be generated by this 100 kg bullock. So always remember this equation, not the equation, basically the relation between average force drafted by an animal and the weight of the body. Now, advantages of the same. We have easily available, used for all types of work. Low initial investment. Initial investment means you have to buy the bullock only once. You need not to pay the rent of buying it, or every time you need not pay fees for it. low initial investment, supplies manure to the field by providing dung, the cow dungs, which are used to prepare the FYM. So it provides manures also, and lives of the farm products. How lives of farm products? The milk generated, the meat generated, etc., are also provided by the animals which we use in our field. The season weather affect the efficiency, as you can see, cannot work at a stretch. At a stretch means for a long duration of time. Like for 10 hours is a big number. For 2 hours or 3 hours, it cannot work more than that. Requires full maintenance when not in use, creates unhealthy and dirty atmosphere near the resident. It means if you do not take care of the waste produced by the animal, it will, or you can say, create a mess around the residence. Very slow in doing work. That depends from you can say organism or animal to animal, that they what the efficiency of the work which they are doing. Next we have mechanical power. As I told you, what is mechanical power? The power generated by the tractors, by oil engines, or any other combined form of machine. Next is internal combustion engine is a good device for converting fuel. Always remember, for fuel and useful work. We will talk about internal combustion engines, IC engines, in much more detail in future videos. The thermal efficiency of a diesel engine is 32 to 38%, and whereas petrol is 25 to 32%. We will talk about them in future videos really in big detail under agriculture engineering. Next we have these are examples of mechanical power: tractor, 2-stroke engine, 4-stroke engine, power tillers, thresher, and 18-cylinder 2 strokes. So these are the type of mechanical power. Next we have mechanical power advantages and disadvantages. Efficiency is high, not affected by weather, cannot run at a stretch. Actually, it can run at a stretch, it's not, sorry for the mistake. Requires less space, cheaper form of power, as we have only one time investment, and then we have high efficiency from it. Now we have fuel is costly, initial high capital, because as compared to animal, we have to invest a lot of money in buying a tractor or any other machinery. Requires repair and maintenance. Obviously it requires maintenance. Next we have electrical power. Electrical power is used mostly in form of electrical motors on the farm, or pumps which we use on the farm. All those run on electricity are electrical power generated equipment. Motor is very useful machine for farmers. Very important and useful machinery for farmers. It is clean, twist, and smooth running. The motors are nowadays used by each and every farmer for the pumping of the water and irrigation purposes. Next we have maintenance. Operation need less attention and care. Next we have the operating cost remains low, as the electricity which you use, the farmers have subsidy on the use of electricity. That means they have a cheaper price as compared to city people. From the farmers' prices of electricity vary from 2 to 3 rupees per unit of the electricity used. Electricity power is used for water pumping, as I told you, dairy industry, cold storage, farm produce, and industry, fruit industry, and some smaller things. What is cold storage? Like cold storage, like storage of the vegetables or fruits after the harvesting. Dairy industry, such as the vacuum suction pumps, which are used for suction of the milk from the cow. So various other equipments which run on electricity. Advantages and disadvantages: very cheap form of power, high efficiency, can work at a stretch, maintenance is very low, and cannot affect by season, as it only affect when electricity is not there. So this is the most widely accepted power source all over India and even all over the world. Initial capital investment is high, like for buying the machinery again, requires good amount of technical knowledge. But now in recent times, a high amount of knowledge is not required. You need to understand how it is run in one go, then you will be easily to operate it. Can cause greater damage. Why? Because it can cause fire, it can cause electricity shock to the farmer or to the livestock. So we must take care while we use it. Renewable energy. Renewable energy is another subject which we will include in further videos. So you just have a crisp knowledge about renewable power. That is the power which can be regenerated after using it, which is long lasting and have a sustainable growth. So we have biogas energy, wind energy, solar energy, geothermal energy, and so on. This type of energy is inexhaustible in nature. Always remember, it is inexhaustible in nature. Next we have the energy mainly obtained from sun, wind, and biomass. We have biomass. We'll study how to generate biomass energy. We'll also learn about this. Usage: solar energy, solar dryers, lantern, cookers, solar refrigerator, etc., etc. And then we must focus on biogas. Gasifiers to produce a gas, pyrolysis for producing liquid fuels, and biogas. We'll know about gasifier and pyrolysis in future videos. Next we have now this is the last topic. Then we concluded sources of energy from the last few minutes. Now this is the new concept of farm mechanization. In you can see developing world, we need to mechanize. We need to add machinery to the farms by giving them knowledge about the latest technology and engineering to increase the crop yield, the crop quality, and to increase the lifestyle of the farmer. If you are planning to become an agriculture engineer or extension officer, so you must know how to mechanize the farm and the related sectors, so that the lifestyle, the efficiency of the farmer can increase. So there are various tools which you can use, is the electric motors, engines, tractors, other equipments to do the normal task is the farmer was doing on its own or by labor. That's why we need to get mechanization in the farm. You can also read my article on my blog on the mechanization of the horticulture. It is a crisp article on how to mechanize the horticulture in the latest trend. Now they have merits and demerits of, not the demerits, actually the constraints of mechanization, where we need to understand that what are limitations which we are coming across via mechanization of farm. What are problems? Small land holdings, less investment by capital by the farmers, and inadequate availability of draft animals. So all these are different constraints for mechanization. You can just go through them. I don't think they need any explanation. And also, as always, you can find this PPT on SlideShare. I will share the link in the description below the video, and you can go there and have a look on the presentation, and if any doubt, do let me know. So that was all for today. We concluded about what is farm power, the crisp and brief knowledge on the sources of farm power and why mechanization is essential. So as always, I will again say you can find this presentations on the SlideShare. I have a page there by Anshul Fogart, and then you can go through various other presentations also. And do let me know if you have any doubt in any segment of the video. And always hit the bell icon, subscribe to my channel, and like, share, comment. Thank you so much for being with us on this agriculture stop, engrossing agriculture. We'll meet you next time, maybe on Saturday. So till then, take care and be safe.